Good evening, Dre, and I'm Gabby Cox. One of the first giraffes to come to the Hattiesburg Zoo in 2021 sadly passed away after a long and happy life.
Reporter Sophia Vetrano has the story.
On November 17th, Hattiesburg Zoo's giraffe Sue Ellen passed away at 25 years old.
So Sue Ellen had pretty significant arthritis in a lot of her joints, and she became really painful about a year ago. So we did all of the meds and all of the treatments and all the things that we could, and ultimately at the end there she just wasn't improving and wasn't getting any better and was getting significantly worse. So once we exhausted all of our options, we elected to humanely euthanize her.
There are 2 giraffes still at the zoo, both who looked up to Sue Ellen. They had to adjust to life after her passing.
So we have Alberta, who is her daughter, and she is 5, she'll be 6 in April, and then we have Grace, who is 3. They're herd animals, so they notice that she's gone, but they have sort of adapted and adjusted already. I mean, they will move on pretty quickly. That's just herd animal life. But yeah, the first couple of days, they were looking for her.
Alberta and Grace are not the only ones having to cope with Sue's death. Her keepers did as well.
So we get close with all of our animals. We spend more time with them than we do with our families. So yeah, it's a hard process to go through. There is a grieving process like you would do for a person. We just kindly ask that people don't come and ask about Sue Ellen all the time to them.
Sue Ellen will always be remembered here at the Hattiesburg Zoo. Zoo officials are now looking into getting a male giraffe in order to expand the herd. Sophia Vetrano, SMTV News.
Now that the remaining giraffes have grieved, they are back to their usual schedule for the public to interact with them. The zoo is open Tuesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
A Hattiesburg shelter says the need for help is growing faster than ever, especially as temperatures drop. Our reporter Ashley Naylor visited the field house for the homeless to learn how they're supporting people in the Pine Belt.
Inside the field house for homeless, they're working hard to keep everyone warm, safe, and supported. For 17 years, Director Cynthia Young says their mission has stayed the same, meeting people where they are no matter how they ended up there.
Field house serves sort of as a hub for all of the people that are experiencing homelessness. We try to make sure that people feel good physically and mentally.
Young says more people are seeking help, mainly women and families, and many are just one unexpected setback away from losing everything.
Most Americans, you know, they're one paycheck away from being homeless. If something happens, we see it all of the time.
With winter approaching, the shelter is stocking up with donations.
We have cold weather gear, coats, jackets, underwear, thermals, socks. Socks is a real biggie during the winter months.
And for the people staying here, the help goes far beyond a warm bed.
But they have been a blessing all the way around in multiple areas. They feed you, you know, and they do devotion every day. And if you desire God and to grow, they help you. They honestly help you.
Young says it's community support that keeps the doors open.
People in the community have been totally awesome. They support our efforts. We can post things on Facebook or reach out to companies, and people are just so willing to help in the Pine Belt.
For ways to donate or volunteer, you can visit Field House for Homeless on Facebook or call 769-390-5869.
Thank you, Ashley. Again, the Field House for the Homeless is looking for community support as demand continues to grow.
One of the biggest coffee chains in the United States is facing union issues. On November 13, over 1,000 Starbucks workers across the country went on strike. As of November 28, there are 120 stores across 85 cities who are participating. Workers say this is meant to call attention to the unfair labor practices and poor working conditions. They're asking for higher pay and more consistent hours. Right now, starting wages sits at $15.25 an hour, and they receive fewer than 20 hours a week. Here in Mississippi, Starbucks locations were not affected by the strike, and stores will operate as normal, including the one on campus. As the standoff continues, both sides appear firm in their positions. Workers say no contract, no coffee, while Starbucks says that they're predicting a good holiday season in stores. The company says they're willing to sit down and negotiate, but the union refuses to meet.
Starbucks is not the only company facing issues. Pyro's Fire Fresh Pizza, once known for its build-your-own fast-fired pizzas, has officially closed its doors permanently on Hardy Street. According to the updated business listings, the closure applies only to the Hattiesburg location. Other Pyro's locations outside the area continue to operate as usual. Additional information will be reported if the company releases any updates. Former worker Miranda St. Clair explains the labor percentage of the business.
Store is supposed to be at, and that's basically a percentage of how many people are working and then how many customers you're getting, and it had to be at a certain number, like 23 or something, and it would usually go over that.
For now, the building at Hardy Street sits empty on one of Hattiesburg's busiest corridors. There are no answers on if another business will take the building in the future. I can't believe that Pyro's is closed. It seems like it got a lot of attraction to me.
Well, I've only visited maybe once or twice, but I've heard only good things about it. So maybe we're hoping in the future that something can move in and maybe stay a little bit longer than Pyro's. Now, weather anchor Sophia Vetrano has your weekend forecast. Sophia?
It's tremendously cold outside, Golden Eagles. I'm Sophia Vetrano with your last weekend forecast of the semester. This Saturday in Hattiesburg, make sure to bundle up and get an umbrella because there's a high of 56, low of 46, and a 75% chance of rain. The rest of the week is looking about the same. I'll explain more after the break. Back to you, Kennedy.
Thank you for that weather, Sophia.
Coming up after the break, see how the 11th annual Daddy-Daughter Dance went.
All the boxes. At Furniture Direct, we check all the boxes and then some. Lowest price guarantee, name brand quality, 0% interest financing, locally owned and operated, local warehouse, which means you buy it today and get it today. At Furniture Direct, we pay less so you pay less. Name brands like Ashley, Flex Steel, Franklin, Catnapper, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and more. Furniture Direct in Hattiesburg, Columbia, and Laurel, your furniture and mattress destination. Does your furniture...
To make sure our futures took off, we joined the Mississippi Army National Guard. With part-time service, we were able to get paid training in the aviation field. We learned skills that helped us get started down the path to a great civilian career. And this is just one out of the hundreds of jobs the Mississippi Army National Guard can train you for. You can learn a trade and earn money for school, all while serving close to home and being there for your community. See what your future could look like by going to nationalguard.com/ms. To make sure.
Now, from SMTV News, here's your Golden Eagle forecast.
Hey Golden Eagles, I'm Sophia Vetrano with your Hattiesburg and Long Beach forecast. Starting in Hattiesburg, there are a couple days and it's going to be tough. Thursday high is only 15, we'll get low to 41 degrees. Friday is only slightly warmer, their high will be 53 and a low 46. There's a 95% chance of rain both days. These conditions do not call for snow, but it's sure going to be freezing for us Southerners. Over on our Gulfport campus, the weather is looking about the same. Thursday will be gloomy. There's a 100% chance of rain, dear, with a high of 55 and a dip to 47 degrees. Friday is also calling for a 95% chance of rain, and the high is 58 with a low of 51. Saturday is most likely going to be rainy too, with an 85% chance of rain and the temps staying in the 50s all day. Let's look at the rest of the week in Hattiesburg. The rain starts easing up on Sunday with only a 35% chance of rain. It also gets a little warmer at a high of 64 with those lows still in the 40s. Going into finals week, the rain stops but the cold does not. Monday and Tuesday will have highs in the 50s and lows in the 30s. Wednesday warms up a bit at 62 degrees and a low of 39. Try to stay warm and pass your finals, Golden Eagles. Guys, I'm so cold walking to campus. I don't know how Santa does it.
I know, especially walking to class. I have so many bundles of clothes on, but I'm still freezing.
Yes, these temperatures remind me of a similar day I had last week when I was going to the Daddy-Daughter Dance. I just hope the little girls weren't too cold. Fathers and daughters gathered in the Trent Lott Center for the 11th annual Daddy-Daughter Dance, with a portion of the ticket proceeds going to the Bassin Children's Hospital. Take a look. Beta sorority held the 11th annual Daddy's Little Princess Father-Daughter Dance on November 21st. Sorority member Yolanda Morris explains what this event is for.
We host this event every year to give an opportunity for the dads and daughters, or sometimes that special man in a daughter's life, to come together and just celebrate and have a good time in a safe environment.
Several dads look forward to coming each year and having this experience with their daughters. Daddy-daughter duo Marcus and Mallory Esters shared their feelings.
Tell them how long we've been doing this.
We've been doing this for
3 years.
3 years.
Food was great.
Food was amazing. Yeah, and we learned how to dance. I know how to dance, sorry. We learned to dance and
360.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. Look forward to it every year, and I can't wait till next year.
The event included story time, a limbo contest, and the presentation of a check for $1,000 to the Batson Children's Hospital.
This particular cause this year hit us near and dear personal. One of our pearlettes actually had cancer. We would love to report that she is officially cancer-free.
The night came to a close, leaving fathers and daughters with memories to hold on to. Gabby Cox, SMTV News. For more information about events the sorority hosts, you can visit Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated Lambda Kappa Zeta Chapter Hattiesburg on Facebook.
Southern Miss is making efforts towards sustainability. It is primarily done through the Office of Sustainability and the Golden Eagles Conservation Society. The mission of the department is to lower campus waste by promoting a culture of environmental responsibility. This is all done with education, outreach, and engagement initiatives. The Golden Eagles Conservation Society collaborates with the Office of Sustainability to support its initiatives.
We have the Office of Sustainability, which has historically been of great assistance to the Conservation Society. One of the things that they do are they help take care of funding for some of our cleanups during the year, the important one being the Black Creek cleanup, but also they help us out whenever we need more grabbers or gloves or things like that.
The office focuses on climate commitment and neutrality. The Conversation Society works on reducing waste and cleaning up different natural places in Hattiesburg. Members also put glass containers on different places around campus for recycling. One of the most important steps of sustainability is for everyone to do their part. The Golden Eagles Conversation Society hosts multiple cleanup trips throughout the semester and takes volunteers.
The Salvation Army Angel Tree program has started at several locations in Hattiesburg, giving the community a chance to make Christmas more special for kids and seniors in need. Captain Raquel Ravallo with the Salvation Army said that she remembers using the program for her kids when she first moved to the U.S. She says that there are many things that she's experienced that remind her of the importance of the angel tree. One story that brought her to tears was about two ladies looking for an angel to adopt.
When I approached them, they were teary-eyed. And so, now I'm teary-eyed. No, because I said, oh, why? And I said, because I remember when I was a kid, I remember receiving gifts from the Angel Tree program. And they said, and now it's time for us to adopt an angel, so to bless other kids this time.
Ravala says she's thankful for the community's help, but there are still angels in need of adoption. You can find an angel tree at the Walmart on Highway 49, on Highway 98, and at the one in Petal. Also at PJ's Coffee of New Orleans, Mobeco, and Chick-fil-A on Highway 98, and the Salvation Army.
Coming up, reporter Andrew Borelli sat down with one of our football alums to discuss one of our national championships.
Also, see how Mississippi shrimpers feel about the new seafood labeling bill. Stay with us.
Are you waking up with the bed aches? At Furniture Direct, we have the solution, the all-new Sealy Posturepedic. Sealy is the brand. Posturepedic is the technology to give you the restful sleep you deserve. Sealy is the most trusted name in sleep, and at Furniture Direct, we have the largest selection at the lowest price allowed by the factory. Buy it today and sleep on it tonight, plus take months to pay 0% interest. Furniture Direct in Hattiesburg, Columbia, and Laurel, your furniture and mattress destination.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
We're not powerless, so long as we don't lose sight of what's important.
Don't be afraid to seize that moment to talk to your friends.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space. The first step on our new journey. You coming?
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
Now, time for your SMTV Sports.
It's game time, Golden Eagles. I'm Alvia Walker, your SMTV Sports anchor, and let's kick it over to football. The Golden Eagles close out the regular season, falling short to the Troy Trojans 28-18. The season is not over yet as the Golden Eagles wait for a bowl game destination. On to volleyball. The Golden Eagles came up short against Arkansas State in the 2025 Sun Belt quarterfinals 0-3. The Golden Eagles now turn the offseason regrouping and preparing for a stronger run next year. Now let's pass it over to women's basketball. Southern Miss women's basketball fell to SMU on the road 83-70. The Lady Golden Eagles battled throughout the game but couldn't close the gap. They will look to bounce back Sunday at home against UAB at 2 p.m. On to men's basketball. Men's basketball is currently in Radford, Virginia, matching up against the Radford Highlanders. Now it's time for our SMTV News Player of the Week. Our SMTV News Player of the Week goes to Sakaya White. White tied her career high of 24 points and made 10 field goals. Way to go, White. This has been your SMTV Sports segment. I'm Alvia Walker, and as always, Southern Miss to the top.
Thank you for that update, Alvia. Sticking with sports, Southern Miss is known for its football team, but some aspects are not as well known. SMTV's Andrew Borelli sat down with a former football player to discuss one of USM's football national championships.
In 1958, Southern Miss won its first national championship. A lot of players from that team are recognized on Southern Miss's Team of the Century, but one of those names stands out in particular, former center Richard Johnston. Johnston played on that team and reflects on his time as a Southerner.
At the beginning of that year, UPI decided they were going to name a college Division I national champion. And we were first from the start of it, and we went first all the way through. So we were undefeated. We beat North Carolina State in Mobile 24-14. That was the 7th game. The 8th game, we came back to Hattiesburg and played Virginia Tech, and we beat them 56-0, Virginia Tech. And then the last game was Chattanooga in Chattanooga.
The Chattanooga game was the national championship for the UPI, and Southern Miss earned a bowl berth, but things didn't quite work out for the Southerners.
I felt like we deserved a better bowl, okay? And even though the Tangerine Bowl was pretty good bowl back then, but I felt like we still should get a better bowl. So we voted on, and it came a tie. So they said, well, y'all got to think about it. And so I'm asking all I know, vote against it, and Jimmy's asking all he knows to vote for it. Well, somebody changed their mind and voted, and we turned it down, which unfortunately later on turned out to be a mistake.
Following the national championship season, Johnston still remained loyal to his alma mater, serving in many positions, including president of the Athletic Foundation, and still remains loyal to this day.
I think we're on the right path. I definitely think Coach Huff is a coach that can take us there. We just need to stay behind him.
A lot of things have changed for Southern Miss football since 1958, but one thing remains the same. That Southern Miss grit tries hard and gets there, and this year the Golden Eagles are looking for their first bowl invite since 2022. Andrew Borelli, SMTV News.
Southern Miss would win a second national championship in 1962, but has not been in championship conversation since.
Winter break will arrive soon, but students need to follow the correct procedures before leaving. Posted in all USM residence halls are signs signifying how students can move out for winter break. Students must complete express checkout by scanning a QR code in their hall if they're returning to campus in spring. People can also sign up for the in-person checkout with their resident assistant. This is for anyone not returning to campus for the new academic year. If a student fails to check out properly, fines will be charged.
Checking out properly, either with the express checkout QR code or the in-person checkout. Make sure that you don't leave any items in your fridge that could spoil, and make sure you're keeping your room clean and taking home what you need because you won't be able to come back during the break.
Students must be completely moved out of their dorm by December 13th at 10 a.m. Failure to do so will result in a late fee.
The last day students can have visitors is Sunday, December 7th at 5 p.m.
During this time, quiet hours begin throughout finals, where students remain almost silent in their dorms out of respect for anyone that's studying. Now, Kennedy, I know that you've been an RA for the past 2 years. Can you talk a little bit about your experience?
Well, I've loved being an RA. I have no problems out of my residents, and they're always quiet, even when it's not quiet hours. I'm sad to see them leave, but I'm excited for Christmas break.
Me too.
In this next story, Mississippi shrimpers say their years-long push for cleaner seafood labeling is finally gaining traction, not just in the Gulf Coast, but in Congress.
Justin Glowacki with the Roy Howard Community Journalism Center shows us how the changes could level the playing field for U.S. fishermen competing with foreign imports.
Ryan Bradley is a fifth-generation commercial fisherman and executive director of Mississippi Commercial Fisheries United. He says lawmakers are finally responding after years of pressure from shrimpers.
Well, we're getting a lot of attention this year, and I think that the policymakers and the leadership is finally starting to hear the cries of the working class people about the dire situations of the seafood industry and the commercial fishing industry.
July 1st, Mississippi enacted a law requiring seafood to be labeled as domestic or imported.
Now consumers can look and find out if the seafood they're eating or they're purchasing is foreign or domestic.
That same momentum has made its way to Washington, D.C. with the help of U.S. Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith. The goal? Increased transparency when it comes to where seafood is from. That legislation joins a growing list of other efforts, including an executive order focused on deregulation, trade, and safety. Blake Price, the deputy director of Southern Trip Alliance, says America's attention to the commercial seafood industry is long overdue.
You know, we've got an administration that understands the importance of American products and jobs.
Bradley and Price say after years of historic low catches and prices, fishermen finally feel the relief that comes with having support overcoming international competition.
It's not just the fishermen, the captains and the crew and the folks working at the fish house and at distribution centers. I mean, our local and regional coastal economies were built upon this.
With multiple bills pending in Congress and local enforcement still ramping up, Bradley says progress depends on sustained action.
To introduce things is nice and all, but it's better to get it passed.
Reporting for the Roy Howard Community Journalism Center, I'm Justin Glowacki.
Coming up next on SMTV News.
See what the Oxford Dictionary Word of the Year is.
At Furniture Direct, we pay less so you pay less. Big Man Rocker Recliner, their price over $900. Our price $399. Dream Cloud Hybrid Mattress, their price $1299. Ours is $499, and the sheets and pillows are free. Ashley Sectional, theirs is $24.99. Ours $15.99. Reclining Sofa and Love Seat, their price $2,000. Ours is $14.99, and the recliner is free. Furniture Direct, your furniture and mattress destination.
The Roy Howard Community Journalism Center, amplifying truth and combating false information across Southeast Mississippi, reporting what matters and giving control to the community. With our What is True hotline, we're fighting back against misinformation and disinformation, making sure our communities get the facts straight from the source. Through trusted journalism and a dedicated fact-checking process, we ensure every story is accurate and fair. The Roy Howard Community Journalism Center at the University of Southern Mississippi, reporting what matters through the Scripps Howard Foundation. Visit rhcjcnews.com to learn more.
The Sleep Shop at Furniture Direct offers the largest selection of Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster, which means you can buy it today and sleep on it tonight. Come experience the cooling comfort of Tempur-Pedic, the ultimate support of Stearns & Foster, and of course, the most trusted name in sleep, Sealy Posturepedic. Why settle for less when you can sleep on a Sealy for $4.99? Plus, get the sheets and pillows for free. The Sleep Shop at Furniture Direct in Hattiesburg, Columbia, and Laurel.
As we approach the end of 2025, the Oxford Dictionary added a new word this year. Words like aura farming, biohack, and the most recent rage bait. Rage bait earned its title as the Oxford Word of the Year for 2025. The word means online content that is designed to create anger or outrage in order to increase traffic to or engagement with a particular web page or social media account. More than 30,000 people voted for rage bait to be the word of the year. I just find that a little, I don't know, rage bait, the word of the year? Are you trying to rage bait me? I don't know. I don't like it.
Why wasn't it 6-7? I don't think it's any worse than brain rot.
Yes.
Last year's, brain rot.
Range bait. It sounds pretty toxic to me. It sounds like you're trying to, I don't know. I see it on social media a lot, but we could have found something else.
I know, right?
The middle schoolers are loving it.
Yes, and now I can't believe that we've reached the last episode of SMTV for the semester. I'm excited for Christmas, and we had to decorate with the Christmas tree and the beautiful red and greens.
I'm so excited, you guys. I've put up my Christmas tree since like the beginning of November, but I'm excited for Christmas to come. How you feeling, Alvia?
Now that Black Friday is over, now I can watch a good old Christmas movie.
Well,
thank you so much for watching SMTV News, and we'll see you on our next edition. Be sure to like, follow, or subscribe on SM2 on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and X.
Get all of our newscasts, SMTV original programs, and even stream the student radio station, WUSM. This is all available at sm2media.com.
If you would like to spend a news tip, email us at sm2news@usm.edu.
And don't forget to pick up the latest copy of the Student Prince newspaper. It's out now.
Thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you next semester. And always remember, have a happy holidays. I'm Kennedy Drake.
And I'm Gabby Cox. And always remember, Southern Miss to the top.